Welcome to Let's Vibe on Afrikanzchat. Again, it's a full house this week. Beautiful ladies. Familiar with two ladies, but I'm still going to let them, introduce themselves. So I'm going to start with you, and we take it all the way.
My name is Dage. My Instagram is authentic2_stage.
And it's me, Shannon, again.
I'm Amiya. I'm back. And y'all can follow me on Instagram and all platforms at Amiya Marche.
And he was doing Instagrams. Amora Shay 50.
Nice. I want to know. 3 ladies.
Okay.
So let's just say if I'm super rich. Mm-hmm. I've got money. Mm-hmm. And I want to be with all of you, 3 women. No, forget about I'm not a Muslim, I'm not nothing. Let's just say I want to be with 3 women. I know. Okay. I can clearly see your face right now. Why do you look so displeased though?
That's a natural face, literally.
You feel uncomfortable?
No,
okay.
It's my natural face for literally.
Okay. I want to be with 3 ladies. Not 3 ladies, just the 3 of you, right? Mm-hmm. And I have money. A lot of money. Upon, after the marriage, each one of you is going to get $1 million.
Okay.
Will you say yes?
Is it documented? Is it being documented marriage? We said marriage, right?
Yeah, marriage.
Does it paperwork be involved?
At the end of the marriage, we're going to get $1 million.
Yeah.
No, or like throughout the marriage, you saying?
Yeah, throughout the marriage.
Okay.
Yep. Yes, I will do it.
Okay, it do depends on what the stipulation is.
Mm-hmm. Y'all be catching me.
I'm really not to be honest, I'm a one-woman man. I'm a one-man woman.
That's what I said, earlier, so your face, so keep going.
No, but, yeah, no.
For me, like she said, it depends on the stipulations. Like, do we all have to sleep with the person we marrying? Or is it like we all married, one of us sleeping with you?
No, all of you.
All of us?
Yeah, you're my wife still, so.
Oh, no.
Yes.
I don't want to sleep with the same man that my friends are sleeping with. It'd be different because I have considered, well, I'm not going to say I've considered. I've thought about polygamy before. It'd be different if it's somebody I don't know. But sleeping with the same person that my friend and my cousin are sleeping with is insane. I can't. Mm-mm.
Or is it random or is us? Because that's a no-go.
Why?
Because she's my cousin and this is my friend.
So back in the day, they used to marry, in the same family, right?
Did they?
Yeah.
I did not know that.
Amish people do that.
But this is a no. We're in today's time.
Okay, let's just say not even cousins. Let's just say
random.
3 of your friends.
And we have 3 of my friends.
Is sex involved?
Yeah, that's what he said.
Marriage,
we all have
marriage. Okay. Ooh. Okay. That's hard. Money. Yes, I would do it because that money would not. I know it's random, but it's like I will because that money I can use it. I can use the money. The money will get me away from you after the divorce.
Oh, so you're trying to get married to me and just divorce me later?
Yeah, with that money, yes.
Then in that case, I'm gonna have a contract then.
What's the contract?
You have to be with me for 20 years for you to probably get 2 or 3 million out of it.
No, 20 years, no.
It do depends on the stipulations because if you are marrying 3 women that are friends, to me, it's like you having your way with friends and you're a man. So now you have some type of control. So can I do whatever I want to go do outside of this while we're still
What do you want to do outside?
Right.
Well, I would love to be married but single. Because you having your way with
open marriage, it sounds like.
An
open marriage. Yeah.
He married.
Because to me, it's I can't.
Why do you even want to be in an? Okay, so why do you want to be? Okay, you're my wife's. Mm-hmm. Why do you want to still be with other men outside? When if I'm taking care of you and you've got everything, the cars, the house, everything, because I'm gonna have 3 houses.
It's a friendship for me.
Yes, it's more than just the cars, the love, because I can do that by myself.
No, the kind of money that I have.
I don't care what type of money you have.
So you wouldn't do it.
I can make this by myself. I don't have to have as much as you, but as long as I have my freedom and I get to,
you still have your freedom, but okay,
that's that.
You still have your freedom, right? But you're not gonna be in an open relationship. You're still gonna be loyal and committed to me.
I say yes, I would.
Friends?
Yeah, I'm with you on that. And what about you?
I don't know because for me, when I imagine marriage, I imagine like me being in love with somebody. So to be in a marriage with somebody that I'm not in love with would make it a little hard. I mean, if the
I thought everything was transactional though.
no,
Yes.
not for me.
For me, I'm not okay in real life. No, I'm not like that. So if this was a real situation, okay, if it depends on it's marriages for longevity. Honestly, I would stick through it because I could build a friendship with it. But would I be seriously like, this is my man? What deep down inside, would I really think like, yo, this is gonna be love? No, honestly, because I'm basically using you. I'm a cheat. Sorry,
Yeah.
I'm going to cheat.
When it comes down, because I hear this a lot. I hear this a lot when it comes down to men and women in a every man always say that it's not really about the love, which is really, it's not with y'all. Let's just be honest.
For the men or for the women?
For the men. It's not about love at all when it comes down to a woman. I believe so. So you talking about having, you have money,
yeah,
etc. You provide, but it's just more than that to a marriage.
So I'm not gonna say what you said earlier. I agree with you, but it's for a man to marry a woman, he has to get to a point whereby he loves her, right? Mm-hmm. I get it. There are men that have money. They want to have variety. They want to have multiple women, whatever it takes. You get what I'm trying to say? But I'm just saying, mostly a man wouldn't just up and marry you just for the mere fact that you look good. You get it? There are men like that, usually average men. If I say average man, average looking, not in terms of what's in his pocket. So it goes beyond that. I want to understand. Because you keep saying, I don't want to share, like, I don't want to be sleeping with the same man that, your cousin or whatever. It doesn't make sense to me. Why don't... No, okay, in that case, explain to me. I want to understand why.
Let me explain. Well, for one, to me, sex is a spiritual transaction. It's a spiritual transfer of energy. I feel like sex is a sacred thing. Even though, obviously, people have casual sex. I've been there. But I do feel like sex is a sacred thing. So to be sharing energies with you while... y'all are sharing energies and y'all are sharing energies, like all of those things and those energies, they start to intertwine. Also, just like health wise, like, I mean, unless we wearing a condom every time, having raw sex, which in most marriages you're not wearing a condom, having raw sex with 3 different people, that's how infections start. Not necessarily sexually transmitted infections, but yeast infections, bacterial vaginosis, all type of stuff. It's just not, to me, the most sanitary thing in the world. And then it's my cousin and my friend.
Well, think of it as a friend. Once again, think of it like in this scenario, we're using as friends. We just random friends,
just
but
my friends, still. I don't know. And then do we all do stuff together at some point? Because that's another question.
No, so it's gonna be one big family, right? And mind you, it's marriage. This is not just you having sex with just somebody. Like let's just say me having sex with just anybody. I'm married to you, so it's kind of like in a holy whatever. So you can't look at it from where you're coming from. The exchanging whatever sexual energy you're talking about, because this is marriage. With marriage, it doesn't matter.
It does matter.
No, it doesn't though.
It does.
So you're in a holy matrimony with all of y'all.
Naja, we having a Naja.
It doesn't though, because y'all are my wives.
No, it matters. It matters because at the end of the day, people don't know, but you can create a disease within an STI.
Mm-hmm.
No. So in that case, somebody somewhere would is not being
not
faithful.
loyal.
Yeah,
but I have a statement. So with this situation, honestly, I feel like now, if it's all 4 of us, if you want to say include all, I feel like beforehand, while it's happening, it would be a friendship built. But me personally, if you had all the money in the world and you wanted to marry us and give us all this money, I personally would do it for the friendship benefits and the money. But then if it depends, if you explain to me if it's sex involved, honestly, I'm gonna have to second guess it too, because the sex is just a big thing. Because women bodies, it's a lot with it. We all have different bodies, so it's like. Not different bodies, we all work differently, our bodies, and I don't know.
But I thought maybe
it's 50-50.
It comes from women.
So when you are having sex,
it
depends on how, if you are really meant to be, if your body connects with that person to where you cannot rapidly get BV or yeast. A lot of people don't know that, but it really do determine. So for you to say that it's going to be all of us inside having sex with you.
No, at the same time though.
Not
at the same time?
No, at the same time.
It does not matter whether it's at the same time or not. You can have BV too as a man.
But let's just say all of y'all are clean. I'm clean. We're good.
No, it's
No,
not even
it's-
about cleanliness.
it's just-
It's not a
spiritual.
sexually transmitted infection. BV is something that you can get just from transfer of like bacteria
Yes.
in general.
Yeah,
And
but
it's just
these are
like-
just random stuff. Okay, I get it. You can, but you're thinking too deep into this.
That's what it's a
I'm
marriage.
just-
You gotta think deep. You gotta think that far.
That's
when
it. What
it
are your
comes to
what are your
marriage.
what are your this is and this and this and this? You have to sleep with me together. You have to have sex together. Whether it's two people, it's like we can all do this together. But if one person is really not, so I'm confused. So like, what are your terms with this whole marriage thing?
No, so that is you having all the good life.
Okay.
Just be loyal, be my wives. You don't have to work. I'm talking about good money. Not like okay. At the end of the day, ladies are the same people. Or I'll say the same women that keep saying, "Oh, you learn to love somebody." So it's kind of funny to me, like you learn to love somebody. So when you meet a man, how do you fall in love with a man?
I have to learn him first.
So attraction doesn't matter to you, right?
It does.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It does at a time.
See, your sisters are saying yes.
Just to tap in. It matters.
For me, it does.
Just to because
That's the first thing I see.
My preference is a little bit different. It matters just a little bit because I know that you don't have to have necessarily the looks because I have the looks. You just need the swag.
Hold on. But what about this saying that if money grows on trees, women will marry monkeys? Do you believe?
If money grows on trees,
Yeah, if money grows on trees, your sisters or your gender will marry monkeys.
we'll marry monkeys.
We're married
Yeah.
monkeys.
That is when you're in love.
Okay. You're right. You're right.
It's just to me, it's not really. It has nothing to do with the money or what you can provide. It's really the mental. Are you gonna drain me? Because
Yeah.
I need to come
Okay.
out this situation with my head held high. Now I know that I'm gonna have to pick up some pieces because you're always gonna have to pick up pieces with not even just your man, but with your family, your friends. You're gonna have to pick it up because we all hurt one another. That's just how it goes because we're born into chaos, so we live through chaos. I need to be able to make sure that if I leave, then I can still pick those pieces back up and I'm not going to be so down. I can't sit here and be with 3 women. That's just not my preference, but I can't be with my friends and a man.
Somebody's
Like,
watching your
it's
house.
mental.
See, somebody's looking at you, right? Are you married?
No. And I know some women will say at some point they settle if they say it's not really about stability XYZ. It's not just it's only about stability and money. That it's just to me kind of you settled. If
But-
that's just it.
But you agree that most women settle.
Honestly, a lot of women do settle.
Yes.
They
yes.
do, but the thing is, they settle into situations that are not beneficial to them. Like if you're gonna settle, at least settle in a situation that's beneficial for you. Don't settle for a bum and settle for a bogus ass relationship. So if you're gonna settle, absolutely, this would be the way to go.
So at the end of the day, it boils down to what? Money and the comfort, right?
I feel like
No, I don't think so.
I feel like I would. Okay, so to wrap my side up, I would just I would do it because it's an experience. Once I am not saying like, but I am a freak, so I wouldn't mind it. But the money comes with it. But the only concern I would have is do I have the mental capacity to deal with everything that comes with it mentally? Now, physically, I feel like I'd be cool, but mentally, it'd probably be a little off a little bit every now and then. So would I do this? Yes. In real life, yes, I probably would do this, but would I be actually committed to it, like on some seriously, like, oh, this is why I truly, like, this is what I'm true to? No, it would probably just be for the money and the experience and the friendship. In the long run, I would probably be getting a divorce.
But do you know what I think on a real, right?
Mm-hmm.
Most women will say yes.
Yeah, they would.
I'm pretty sure.
I'm saying
Yeah,
yes.
including you.
Okay.
Because I know I could convince you.
Hopefully somebody come with this type of vibe in real life a little bit, probably.
Okay.
Thanks for the compliment. But I think I could convince you. But
I
let's
don't
just.
think you can.
I think I
My
can.
mind is already made up.
No. On the close up.
If you have, it's not about.
Is he
the
offering us money?
So
It's about the mental.
so
It's about my mental space. I have to. Everything is about. I'm important at the end of the day.
Yep.
I'm the one that will have to constantly pick myself back up. I will have to love myself every single day. So it's not about the money. And if it ever comes down to it, then I promise you, I just don't want nothing to do with you. Like, we could be in a marriage, but if you could just go to bed in a whole different room, and I'm gonna be in this room, and we could coexist. Like, we friends, we cool, but no.
So if I say the money, it comes with a lot. So not just the money,
I know.
protection and everything. You get what I'm trying to say?
Trips.
You know how they say you could make love, to somebody's mind? I'm telling you, I can convince you, but it's just, on a different topic, on a different day. Okay. You get what I'm trying to say? Because before you're gonna fall in love with a man, right? He has to talk to you to a certain extent for you to give him your mind, give him the time of the day and attention, right? So you get what I'm trying to say?
I do.
Okay, we're good, right?
I'm gonna just let you have this.
Okay, let's just say you're at Usher's concert, right?
Oh,
Him moving around, sharing whatever that he was sharing, that
cherries.
So if you have a man, will you eat it?
No,
Why?
I would give the cherry to my man. I would I'll literally and let him do it.
Y'all seen Diddy G and Haley, however you say her name.
Hallie.
Usher was trying to feed her a cherry. Diddy G took that cherry and he fed it to his girl.
Okay.
And I'm like,
The right way.
if my man don't do that,
Disrespectful.
What if your man is not there though? Let's just say, ladies' night.
It's just disrespectful.
Like,
Coming from Usher?
no, if it was Chris Brown,
for me, I just feel like
I feel like, nah, I wouldn't do it, honestly, though.
These are regular ass people. They famous, but these are regular ass people.
They don't want
You
me.
gonna potentially fuck up your relationship for a regular ass person. You're not gonna.
What if is who's your favorite, actor or artist?
My favorite artist
Or actor.
And
actor.
yeah, you have a crush on too.
Right. I would say I don't know his real name, but Lando from All American Home.
Oh, yeah.
That is a fine specimen.
So let's just say he's the one, giving you the cherry.
Now, if I got a man, I'm still not. I'm gonna be like, I'm gonna be dying on the inside. Like,
Yes.
I'm not gonna do it. I'm not gonna do it. I'm gonna give it to my friend. And be like, bitch. I mean, girl. I don't know if I curse on it. Like, girl, take the cherry.
Let's
Take
make
for
it.
me. Take the cherry for me.
Let's make our scene worldwide. It's
Yeah.
both of us in it.
Right. I gotta make it platonic somehow.
But what do you think your friends are gonna say?
We know.
Boo, they go.
No, we're going to do it. Honestly, me personally, I'm going to not do Usher, let Usher do it, but I'm going to let my girl do it. That's that. I ain't gonna lie.
If she want to do it, I'm gonna let her. But if she don't want to do it, then
It's gonna suck. Don't get me wrong, but that's the thing. This stars from the do this to me, other girls. It's no special meaning to it. Yeah. So
I would remind my friend, like, girl, you are married. We just gonna have to have a conversation before that even happen. Like,
yeah.
listen, girl, you are married and you need to go home. Now, if you have a bogus marriage, you don't want to jeopardize at the end of it whatever it is that y'all decide in a divorce. You just need to make sure that you walk out with everything that you need to walk out with. So don't mess that up for a one night stand.
A 1 second moment for something that's longevity.
But that 1 second moment or whatever could also change your life too. You never know.
If it happens, it's by luck. If it happens, it was
in America,
meant to
anything
happen
is possible. You know that, right?
it is possible. But to me, I just feel like my life can get changed without having to disrespect my partner. You know, like if I gotta disrespect my partner for my life to change, then that's not the type of change I need in my life right now. Because let me have a man and Meg Thee Stallion fed this man a cherry. And not only are you being fed the cherry, it's on. Everybody is recording it. Everybody hyping it up. So now this is circulating all around the internet.
Your friends,
And
everybody that was at that wedding.
Yeah, everybody is just seeing. It's just public disrespect that I just personally wouldn't partake in.
Okay. This might be a personal question.
Okay.
So, to you, do you think being a virgin is a flex? Or
Yes.
now it
Yes.
might be
Yes.
critical, when it comes to, if you know.
No.
I think it's a flex. I think it's a flex.
It's a flex.
Why don't you think it's a flex?
Because the only reason why it is a flex because of how people decipher how society is and how they look at you in this world. But if you are a virgin, then congratulations to you. But if you're not, then congratulations to you. What is a flex to me is a woman that really knows her worth and she is committed to herself and whatever belief that she's in. That's a flex to me.
But let's just say in a pool of, just ladies. Because I know what women do. Not everything. I know a little bit. But I'm just saying between women, right, ladies. I know sometimes you ridicule, your female friends, when you get to know that maybe let's just at the age of 25, 27, she's still, a virgin. So I'm just asking from that standpoint, is it a flex?
I think so. In the standpoint of, because some people are virgins simply because nobody wants to have sex with them. Other people,
really?
Yeah, some people just virgins because they just never had the chance to have sex. Like nobody, but other people are virgins because they are truly sticking to their beliefs. I always think it's a flex to stand on your morals and your values and what you believe in. So if you believe in I'm not having sex till marriage or I'm not giving myself to anybody that doesn't deserve it, hell yeah, that's a flex to be able to stand on that and keep yourself and stay strong during temptation and stand on your morals. It's always a flex when you can stand on something that you believe in and you don't let nobody convince you otherwise.
Even when hormone,
even if it's not virgin stuff, like just in general, being able to stand on something you believe in and not let anybody alter you, that's always a flex to me.
Yes.
So what age do you think is okay for a woman to have sex,
Is okay?
Yeah. What age do you think?
Let me think.
For a woman to start having sex.
Come back to me.
What age is okay for a woman to have sex? Okay. Let me put it like this. If I was a mother and I had a daughter, I won't want. Oh, nope.
You.
Me. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. He said, cut that. Okay. To start having sex, I feel like what age? 20.
No, okay, hold on. Be real to yourself.
That's what I'm
Let's just
thinking.
keep it 100.
I'm being
right?
real.
Yeah. And you're human too, right? You got feelings.
I say 24.
24? What about
Because you should be experiencing how people, as teenagers, it's a lot of hormones, it's a lot of confusion. So it's like, if you don't do it, it's like don't do it then, girl, because it's worse. It is horrible to do it at the age because you still finding out your body and everything. When you 24, your body kicked in, you more comfortable with certain stuff, you learn how your body works. Now sex, that is a very pleasurable thing. Now I say 20 because sometimes you kind of numb to a lot of shit in life, and sex can be one of them. You could just be quick with it though. It's like
24.
you get 24 or 23.
I would have to say, as a person who broke her virginity at a very young age, not that damn young, but how old was I? Like
it don't
16
matter.
or 17, young enough. Damn sure not that young. So I would say maybe around the age of like 21, considering as like for myself, I remember that kind of being the point where like I'm starting to really mature. I'm starting to understand, like I've been through certain things so I can know how to navigate certain things. At a very young age, it's just kind of hard to navigate having sex, how to go about it the right way.
Infections,
learning. I just feel like the maturity is not there. Now, realistically, of course, hormones and how you feel, 21 is not necessarily realistic, even though it's possible, but I would maybe say like 21.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
I was going to say 21 as well.
Because your cousins?
Cousin Lepathy.
I would say. But I was actually thinking of that before. I was just, waiting my turn. But yes, 21. Because it gives you time. Like when you go to college, or let's just say you 18 and you end up in a relationship from, I want to say, a year. Like 18, 19, you get out of that one, then you're in a relationship from 20 to 21. You have a couple years of experience, so you would be more mature and you would use your discernment to determine whether or not you want to give this man you or not.
Interesting. Yeah. So what is important to? Let's just say
in what aspect?
Like pleasure. So
okay.
Picking one, right? Your private parts or money? What is important to you? Because me as a man, I know what is important to me.
My private parts. I'm sorry, money come and go.
Talking about, okay.
I'm sorry.
For me, it's
the
money.
bag.
Shit, money. I can use my sex toy.
No,
Hello.
for real.
I'm lost. Well, hold
I'll
on.
be under the cover.
Did I understand this right?
So
Say
money's
again.
important to you, right?
You said as far as pleasure, comparing either basically having sex or money, which one is more important?
So what will you give up?
If I had to give up one, I would give up sex. Honestly, I'm already on the journey of giving up sex into marriage. So as long as I got my toys, I can still kiss my man. But
Okay.
I take the money over the sex.
I've asked this question before, right, on the live stream. That was like 2 years back. So if you're in a relationship, what would hurt you more?
Oh, you know what? I'm sorry. Can I just say this real quick?
Okay.
Because I'm just thinking about it. Yes, I would give up. I would give up the sex because if you don't have no money, I'm not even attracted to you, and I don't want to have sex with you. If you're broke and you're a bum, we're not even.
No, why are you correcting yourself though? Why are you correcting yourself?
What? No, I'm reiterating what I said. Like the reason I would give up sex over money is because if you don't have money, I wouldn't even want to have sex with you. So at this point now, we have no money and no sex.
Okay. So my question again is, what would hurt you the most? To be in a relationship, for a man to, for you to be in a relationship, intimate relationship, so many you've been having sex for like a couple of months, whatever, or you spending money on the person and, at the end of the day, you're still going to leave you. Which one will hurt you the most?
Wait, say it one more time. I'm sorry.
So what is going to hurt you the most? Being in a relationship, being intimate, and the man bouncing without you spending your money, or being in a relationship and spending your money and him still bouncing?
Let me think.
Which one will hurt you the most?
Did you? And I'm
Still like
having sex and then bouncing.
So you giving him your body and money, which one would hurt you the most?
Body. Give me. Me personally. I'm gonna speak for me personally. If I give my body to you, men love to say we think with emotions. Yes, we do.
True.
Because our body comes with so much. But me personally, yes, my body. I could care less about that money. Yes, I spent my money on you, but that money came back too. Either way. But my body, yes, it hurts. I let you inside me. I could have, no offense to those who had life-changing, sexual moments. Some things can't, I let you inside my body and you decided to, no, that would hurt me.
I agree.
It takes time to get to that point too. It takes conversations. It takes emotions. And yeah, I gave you my body. Like I said, it takes a lot of stuff to lead to that point. Conversations, especially deep ones, and then open energy. I have to be honest with you. And if we get to that point where the connection is so heavy that we ended up having sex, yes, I trusted you and you bounced, that would hurt me because you literally just said, hey, whatever you were saying, I heard you, it was cool, but it didn't really do too much. All I wanted was that and gone. So
even
that would
if you
hurt.
spend like 20 grand, 30 grand on him, so okay.
And it's like, yeah,
because I feel like if I'm spending that type of money on you, that means I have that type of money. And so at that point, it's like, whatever, it's just the money. I got it, it's cool. But like me giving you my energy and my body, that's not something like you said, money, you can get it back. You can get that money back, but you can't get the energy and that spiritual energy and spiritual transfer. Like you can't get that back.
Yeah, that's in memory.
Y'all, something happened, but what about you?
I'm really thinking about the question. Like I'm thinking about all the.
So because on a regular, right, I think mostly people say sex is it goes both ways. So it's not like it's only the guy who's gonna enjoy the sex, right? So you can't be mad because at the end of the day you found attraction into this man before you agree to be with him, right? Yeah. So but I'm trying to understand because there's a different narrative when it comes to your sisters, but I want to know your answer first.
Because if you spend some money on him and he bounced, knowing you, I don't think you're going to really care. But if you get your body up knowing you, we know you, so we ain't going to say too much.
No, it's really my time.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
It's my time. Like I'm spending. It's not really the sex because we both exchanged it. So like, of course, that's going to be it's more so like you trade. Let's just take love as you trade it in Forex. So you're going to have to bargain yourself. You're going to have to bargain who you are as a person for this person, right? Yeah. So it's not really, you already know what the stipulations is, what comes with it. and then the money you already know that you're gonna spend this money on this man. I would say it's my time because.
So you don't care about the money or whatever.
What's more important is I didn't invest all my time on it.
Literally, that's
It's
it.
like I could have been doing everything
something
else
else,
under the sun,
Yeah.
and now I'm with you. And then it depends on the age too. Let's just say I'm 25, and we've been 5 years. Now I'm 30. I have to get all those years back. I mean, I still look good. It's like I'm a beautiful woman, and I don't want to sit here and be drained out and washed up once I get done with you. Like, no. It's really the time.
It's time, yes. So
Yeah,
the
I
sexual
agree.
part, for sure, for me.
If I had to choose one or the other, it would be the sex. But for sure, time. Absolutely.
Time, like,
Because the reason why, and all of you are, beautiful ladies and, African Americans, right? So it's a different narrative when I'm talking to my African sisters. And the reason why I'm asking you this question is I know,
What they say?
in general, I'm going to say women don't play with your money. Am I wrong or right?
That's
you ain't
true.
wrong.
That's true.
Yeah. So,
Sometimes I lost a lot of money, so I know the feeling.
no, like, that part too. And, but when it comes to like spending on a man, because I've asked, ladies questions and mostly, they're African sisters, right? And they don't play with your money. Most of them chose their money first.
Okay.
They don't care about it. Feel like, the body's body, y'all enjoy whatever. But what will hurt them the most is their money, spending their money on you.
I feel like if it was a pattern in my life, yes, then it would. But one time,
Yeah,
2 times, it's
that's a
like
good way to put it.
one time you learn a lesson. The first time you learn your lesson. The second time is shit. It was a mistake. No, first time it was a mistake.
too, yeah.
Second time, I learned my lesson completely. It's over with. So money, I understand it, but the sex part is just the energy, the time, the mental. It just be annoying,
Yeah.
So,
I agree.
and I'm an emotional person. I feel like yes. I put my emotions when I have sex sometimes with people. I put my emotions in.
Okay. So a lot of times people talk about this, right? Do you think it's true? The women in general lose their value with age?
No. And it's
Lose their value.
Like,
my male friend, I had a conversation with him months ago about this, and he
A guy
said,
friend?
A guy friend.
Yeah.
He said that women do lose their value in age, and I said no. Society put that onto women, and society put time onto people. Time is really. We could talk about a whole different time, but time is really not. It's not realistic. It just slows humans down from actually doing what we have to do. It makes us procrastinate. It makes us lazy. It makes us think about how much time we have in a day when we really have more time than a little bit. Now, and then when you add on the workload that they make us work per hour, 8 hours, 12-hour shifts, that's majority of our day. They make us think that time it exists when really it don't. So I don't believe that a woman loses her value when she get older. No, I think her value increases because she's wiser.
I agree.
So are you saying this, from the perspective of a woman, right? So do you agree that women are selling?
Us
Women
or
are
what?
You're selling to a man. If I say selling, like not like you,
Yeah.
I know.
yeah, but like you're selling your beauty to like to the men that are gonna find you appealing, right?
Unfortunately, yes, I do feel like that.
Yeah. Okay. So do you think, based on your answer, and I think you said you agree, right? Mm-hmm. So do you think from a man's perspective, like let's just say me, I'll agree with what you're saying. Mm-hmm. You think I'm gonna agree?
I don't think that you all are going to agree. Because to me, I feel like, I don't know how to explain it. I don't think you all are going to agree. I think it really all depends on what do you value. That's what's going to determine if a woman is valuable or invaluable. It depends on what the other person who is pursuing that person values. So if it's somebody that values strictly just beauty and physical appearance, then of course within, older age, they're not going to be as valuable. But if it's a man that values someone who is wise, someone who is mature, someone who is doing good things in life, then they would probably value somebody who, is older or whatever the case is. So it really just depends on what the person values that will determine if somebody is valuable or invaluable.
Yes, and also it's women who are, people need to look at this too. It's women who are 60 some years old and they copying men your age. So
They definitely are.
No, they have to come with
Share.
something, right?
It don't matter.
Everybody
No,
has
no,
to
no.
come with
It
something.
does
So-
not matter because they're
It does to
still-
me.
They still copying you.
No.
At your
Okay.
age, right?
Yeah.
And you see a woman 60.
Uh-huh.
We're just looking at how she looks, right?
Yeah.
Or if she's valuable. It don't matter what else. Because everything else is going to fall after. Once y'all have that conversation,
Mm-hmm.
then it's going to determine whether or not you leave with this woman or she going to stay at the bar. When you see that woman, she already bagged you. She already got you. Yes.
So, okay.
You peeped her.
Yeah.
You were interested. You go over
For the
there.
moment.
It don't matter for the moment.
No, it does.
No, it does not matter.
She can't. Okay.
It does.
Do you agree
not
that?
matter.
Hold on. 1 minute, right? Do you agree that hit and run is a thing? To hit and run, right?
Yeah.
To ghost later.
Yeah.
So yeah, so most men, we think differently, right? You can't say she backed me, whereby probably she looked, whatever seductive at that point, right? For whatever moment for me. But after, will I stay? And mind you, for somebody who's 60, she has to really, really look good. And again, she has to come with something. A man wouldn't just go out for, okay, why would I go for somebody who's
I
60
get where you coming from.
to somebody who's your age?
Mm-hmm.
You get what I'm trying to say, right? It doesn't make
I
sense.
feel like I'm not trying to cut y'all off. I'm definitely hearing all y'all, but it's like I'm literally in between as I'm hearing. But back to your question,
Yeah.
seriously, back to y'all already think when a girl body count is high, she lost value. And it's like, honestly, I feel like with a woman, you never lose your value from a woman perspective. No. Like you said, some older people go for young people. Cher, she literally is like 60 something, has a 20 something year old boyfriend. She bagged you.
She has money.
She has money,
But she still bagged.
and she's beautiful, and he's still in a relationship with her.
But-
It does not matter.
but you know why?
She has. You're missing the point.
Okay.
We're not thinking about if she got money or not. You said
Yeah.
the question that you asked us is if a woman is valuable.
Loses value when she
You
get older.
loses value. Now
With
I'm
age,
thinking
yeah.
of age wise, right? So we're talking about the age.
Yeah.
If you even have a conversation with this woman, she did not lose that value. You went to her at the age of 60. It don't matter what she has. You saw her attractive and whatever she
was
can be
attractive
a
enough.
Said woman, and you can be your age, whatever, or she can be ugly. Who knows? Who cares? You still went to her, whether she bagged you or not.
You found
she
something
did
attractive
not lose
about her
value.
to walk up to her.
You wouldn't walk up to a woman that you view
have
as
no-
invaluable. You would. No man is ever going to pursue a
So,
woman that they think is invaluable.
Do you know what value is to a man mostly?
Well,
It depends on what you value.
What is value to
Just
you?
like Maya said.
It depends on what you value.
No, so it goes deeper. It's not just what's on the outside, right? What's on the outside is going to attract me to come to you.
Okay.
But afterwards, so they say men could, F anything, right? Men could have mostly, my gender, right? They could, they could have sex with anything, so far as she's a woman, regardless of how she looks. But it's just for the moment. So when you say she backed him, she didn't. She just, it was for the moment at that point.
Yeah.
But for the one that he said, she's 60, the guy might be like 30 or 20, but he's still with her. He's still with her for a reason. So whatever reason that he's still with her, if he's not getting whatever at that point, I know my gender, we will bounce.
Yeah.
But for somebody who's your age,
true.
he will still stay because, he feels like he could grow with you. You could do a lot of stuff. You might probably keep him on his toes. Not only your
him.
beauty, but your youth and all of that. So there's a whole lot of thing that comes with. If I say, I'm not saying value like she's useless.
I know
No.
what type of value you mean. You do not have
What value do you think I mean for a man?
value that you feel like that's useful to you. I know what we don't have to explain it.
So who's buying right now?
Huh?
Who's buying right now? So if you're selling, who do you think is buying?
You.
Yeah. So you could give me, from a woman's perspective, right? But from a man's perspective, totally different. Because you could tell me, coming from a woman, you're valuable like this, based on what you think like your value is in your head, which I respect that. But for my brothers, they have to like, wait or maybe, break it down to see if it's valuable to them. And most men,
I don't think that a woman should.
That's how y'all men do be thinking, too.
A woman is valuable alone.
Alone?
Without you. Yes.
What?
So yes, that's true. Because that's so true. A woman is valuable without you even trying to purchase her.
Okay.
When you purchase her, she just added on. Like her value goes up.
No, I agree. Like from birth,
so
everybody's valuable.
Exactly. So for people to say that a woman value decreases when she gets older, most people are thinking more so in a
vaginal wise sex.
In a sex wise, the physical attribute, but she's really more valuable than you think. She's more valuable than a man.
May I add one statement?
Yeah.
Someone out there, even if it's like you're still valuable because it's, I ain't gonna say a number because I'm gonna look stupid probably. Yeah, a lot of people in this world enough to know that it's someone out there who makes you, who knows that who feels that you're valuable when you're 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80. So one person thinking, it's like, I can't even say it, but more of the story is you're valuable, whether it's you 60, because it's people who get married at that age, people who are still in relationships, people who are, what, you disagree a little bit?
I have friends, bro. A small percentage. But
a small percentage. It's a small percentage, but it's a possibility. But it's real. It's there.
1 in a million. Okay, let me ask you this question, right? You personally. So do you think, do you think, right, the preference that you have now and when you're like 40 or 50 will be the same?
I don't think so.
So you see? So that means value changes with time.
It has to do with
your audience change as you get older.
I don't think that it makes the person invaluable though. It just makes your value change. That's all. It doesn't make somebody else invaluable. It's not because I'm older, you're no longer valuable. It's just like for me, I value certain things that just may not be you, but that doesn't make you invaluable. You're still valuable to somebody else though.
So
but you're not invaluable.
Okay, let me word it. Let me reword it, right? So it's not like it devalues you, but it decreases whatever value that you have. So
I get you.
You get it, right?
Yeah.
For a woman with you don't?
I said I understand it, but
your question
it's really just preference.
Literally, everything changes. Nothing's the same. And not every single thing about you is the same as you get older. Everything changes.
So right? Okay.
So
let's just say
it probably changed for the better.
Yeah, 3 men, right? You're supposed to pick. All of them have the same, requirement when it comes to finances and everything. One has like a kid. The other one has 2 kids, and one has none. Which one are you going to go for?
I could possibly go for the one with 1 child. It just depends on what all they have to them. Like, what are the other things that they have?
Let's just say they're all the same.
Okay.
I would choose to do it with no kid because I want to have my first kid with you.
I might choose the one with 1 kid because I like kids. And I wouldn't mind being a stepmom.
I mean, that's not bad too.
You're not being honest.
No,
it's true.
Because my friends know, like,
it's true.
I have talked to people with children. I don't mind talking to somebody.
Yeah.
Off of face value. Let's just say you're looking at me. Somebody that looks at me, looks like me, right? Same 3 men, right? The same thing. But I have a child. The other person who looks at me, looks like me, doesn't.
I still might choose the one with the child. Honestly, to me.
Because you don't know.
What do you mean?
Because you don't know. You're just going off of almost like how at the police station you have to pick off of, suspects. 3, you don't know. Why will you go for somebody who has a child? Which you don't know the drama that he comes with.
That's a perspective and a mindset that you have. That's not what real life is like all the time. Just because you're with somebody that has a child doesn't mean that drama. To me being with somebody who has a child gives me insight into what type of father are you. Because there's a difference between going into a relationship with somebody who does not have a child. You don't find out what type of father he is until y'all have children together. Versus you are with somebody who has a child, you get clear insight before you have a baby with this man. What type of father is this person? Does he show up for his kids? How does he treat his kids?
Can you tolerate
have an idea what type of father he's going to be because you see him being a father. So me personally, I don't mind being with someone who has kids because it gives me an insight to the type of father you are. If I want to be with you and have kids with you.
I agree.
At the end of the day, if you ask me as a man personally, 3 ladies that look like you, one with a child, the other.
The one with no child.
Yeah, like it only makes sense, right? Why? Because I want to. It only makes sense because I don't know the ones with that have kids or not. I'm just going off of what I see because I want to have my first child with you. You get it? So most people will go with the one that doesn't have a kid.
That's not me though.
I'm saying, and that's the thing. Me personally, I would go for one person. I want to have my first child with the guy who hasn't even had his first child, so we could have that experience together. But if I want mine, I really would not mind choosing him with the 2 kids. You can have no kids and be a jerk. This person could have 2 kids and be a top-notch man. So either one doesn't matter to me. But for the preference of me wanting to share the experience with us both experiencing our first child, you know, I would choose to do it with no kids.
A man with a kid or not does not make him less valuable.
Pick the same 3 men.
But you added the question back to the first question, so I just said that a man
Okay,
with a child.
you're gonna go with a man with a child?
No, I'm just saying. So which one are you going to choose?
Which one, Dave, is you going to choose? So which one are you going to choose? Are you going to choose they all look alike? They all triplets, basically, same face and all.
Yep.
1 kid, 2 kid, no kid. Which one you gonna go for?
I'm gonna do the man without a child, just for my personal, my own person.
And that's okay. Like, but that's not. That doesn't. It comes down to what you value. Like Shay values having somebody who she wants to have a first child with. Zan values she's not against being with somebody who has kids, but she would prefer to be with somebody who doesn't have kids.
Exactly.
Me, I value family. To me, it's attractive seeing an involved, nurturing father. That shit is attractive to me. So that makes me be like, I don't know.
On top of your list, you know, whatever list that you have on, the priority, on top of your list, the first one, when it comes to like picking a man, do you want to go with a man with a kid or not?
What do you mean?
Do you want to? That's just saying, do you want to?
Yeah, like, priority. Like,
it doesn't matter to me.
No, so if you're, everybody has a list, right? I might want to be with I could be with any woman that I want to be, right? But I might have my first preference, right?
Yeah, it honestly doesn't matter to me. The preference isn't whether you have children or not. The preference is whether you are family oriented, and either that comes with you don't have kids and you will be a good father, or you do have kids and you're family oriented. It doesn't matter.
You're gonna play the semantics today. So no. Hold on. So with somebody, will you go for somebody who's broke or somebody who has money, like decent, average?
Somebody who makes decent money.
Okay, so will you go for somebody who has kid or somebody who doesn't?
It does not matter.
No, so you see how she answered the first question? No, hold on.
No, because
so I'm looking for a yes or no.
Because what if you like both? Now, we don't like a broke man, but we like men with money. We like men with kids and without kids, so it's so hard to choose.
So, no.
It is.
Okay, well, do you prefer a tall guy or a short guy? You have to think about So you see, it's easy for y'all to answer this question, right? But when it comes
because it's like likes and dislikes, I don't dislike either or.
No, I'm not saying you dislike, right?
You don't.
So okay, see.
So sometimes I know I've read why she knows the reasons why she prefers. Well, it could go either way, and she don't mind a man with a child. She knows her reasonings. Her reasonings as to why she preferred to have a man without a child. I know my reasonings as to why I prefer a man without a child. Her reasonings does not
compare really.
So what if right? My question demands a yes or no.
Then honestly, me personally, I would choose the one with the child. Because I always say, I be talking about this with my sisters, and they always like, my sisters always be like, I can see you. They always like, I can see you marrying somebody who has a child, and you be a stepmama, that y'all have kids. Like, I don't mind talking to people with a kid. Like, I just
I like your mindset though, but I'm trying to understand why you want to go. Okay, off of face value, you want to go with somebody with a kid.
What's wrong with having a kid?
No, there's nothing wrong. There's nothing wrong.
To me, like I said, it just gives me clear insight on the type of father you are going to be. If I have the opportunity,
so what if he had
father you are, I would like to just know that off the rip.
Okay, I have a child, but I don't know the kind of relationship that I have with my child. I just said I have a kid.
Yeah, that's cool.
Maybe I might be a bum.
Over time, I'm gonna figure that out.
So,
versus
dating,
I spent 5 years with you and we don't have kids. Then we have kids on year 6, and I find out you a shitty father. Versus we are together for 2 months. I can figure it out in 2 fucking weeks if you ain't seen your kid in 2 weeks that you ain't shit.
Yes, and
So
yes,
it
I was about to say that the time is so much quicker to find out if a guy is really like that legitimate man, all this and that.
Yes.
When he has a kid and
you see how
more
he
than a kid, and
shows
then without a kid, you building up to it. If you get married, that's how come a lot of girls get pregnant with dudes get kids with these dudes who don't have any, and they realize he's a shitty father, and then it's like that time was just So having a kid just says it right then and there sometimes.
In 2 weeks.
Yeah, that's
what type
true.
of father
and
you
I
are.
would also say like us as women have to use our discernment to really determine if a man without a child is a man that is capable of loving his child. And also when you have a child, you do have to think quick on your feet because you have to provide for the child. And you cannot stay stuck in an all moment trying to figure out what are you going to do. You're going to have to think it through and make it happen quickly. So it determines on what type of.
I'll take my answer back.
I mean, what type,
I want the man with the kid. I'm so serious.
Let me know.
No, but do you see, like, I could, it's an interesting conversation, but I could clearly see what happens, behind closed doors when it comes to ladies. You see, we should watch it, right?
Yeah.
You, and that's why women are easily swayed.
Okay.
But you were a little bit firm though. But that's why women are easily swayed because
if
right now you
strict preference. If you have a strict preference, I feel like you are very it's very hard to sway. Like me, I don't mind. I don't mind a man with a kid because me personally. But now it's like my judgment with that, and it was literally these two like this. I just said no kid because that's what I'm used to. But I ain't gonna lie, to wrap it up and switch it, flip it. It would be the man with the kid. I feel like I had better experiences with men with their first kids anyway. I ain't gonna lie. Okay.
I just have one final question.
Yes.
At the end of the day, everybody has preference, right? Mm-hmm. Which I get.
I knew you were. I'm sorry. Can I say this? I knew where you was going with the question when you constantly had to ask her, like, so you don't want a man without kids? Yeah. Because it was going to take you back to what you said earlier. I figured that. That's why I figured it out already. And then you also had the question when you asked us, which man do we prefer, a man with kids or not? Were you not going back to this question that
the value question?
Yes. That's why I said, like, a man is not, he's still not, he can still be valuable even with a child.
Oh no, yeah. But yet again, you might also want to go with somebody who doesn't have a child because it's not also coming with baggage. You get it?
I'm just saying, like,
no, I get your point, right? But I'm just saying, also from a woman's perspective, she might you say you don't want a man, with a kid, right? So she could also argue that she doesn't want a man who's gonna come with all this baggage because there are men that have kids and child support, baby mama, all this chaos. You don't need it. Mm-hmm. You want to start your own family. So when a woman argues like that, it makes sense to me. I understand, but that does not mean that the man is no value. But you could clearly also be with a man that has kids, but because of his load, he can't even build that family that he wants to build with you because it's already things are dragging him behind, and you are there. And now when you come join the train or whatever, then it becomes a heavy load on you too. So right now you have to like sit on your dream a little bit to support his. Or maybe whatever baggage is bringing in. I don't know if you get what I'm trying to say. Whereas you could be with somebody who doesn't have kids. Yeah. The plane could just, set off.
Yeah.
I get it, but still.
Still what?
That's preference.
It really is a preference. Like, I can understand your standpoint by asking each lady which one we prefer, but it just do depends on the woman and her values and what she value the most.
Do you agree that women don't like the truth?
Yes.
And they can't handle the truth?
I believe that everyone don't like the truth. Why is you asking this? I had conversations like this with my friend. I swear to God. Why do you like this? Is so funny.
Do women like the truth?
Yeah.
It's an uncomfortable feeling. No, we don't like it. No, but do we? I feel like we do like the truth. We don't want to hear it. We get upset with it. Yes, it bothers us to hear it for sure. But we do like it because it gives. It's like I feel like it's easier for a woman to accept the truth. I mean, let me scratch all that to wrap it just up. Yes, because I'm trying to think. Yes, we like the truth. We want the truth. It saves us a lot of time. That's all I'm gonna say. Even men, I feel like men too. We human. Everybody likes the truth, but do we take it all? Do men take it? Do girls take it as well as men do? No. But do we like to have the truth? Yes.
I don't think that anyone likes the truth at all.
I think we do. It's just
I
the
don't think
reactions.
so. I don't think people.
It's hard for
really
us to
want
accept
the
it.
truth for real, because I just had a conversation with my friend and he was telling me about how he be having he was having sex with this woman, right? And they had a mutual agreement that it was just sex. So whenever they would hit each other up, it's like he would hit her up for sex, she would hit him up for sex. Now, it was a time when she said, I think something very manly, like a woman wouldn't say that if she's asking for sex, but she basically said, yeah, slide over here, like, come through. That, like, I can't really describe what she said, but it was more so like, a woman wouldn't say that if she wants sex, but he didn't like the fact that she said it. But I told him, if that was the agreement that y'all had made, why not say that? She don't owe you no type of respect or loyalty for her to say, come over here. I want this. Can we cuss? I want this dick. Like, she don't owe you, hi, what you doing? Come over. You want to come over? No, she don't owe you that. So she could say have what she want to say, but he didn't like the fact that she said it. He don't like the truth. He don't like
men don't. Men don't.
No, I don't think the truth. I think it's just it's just getting up in his feelings a little bit.
He don't like. No, he didn't like the truth. People don't like the truth at all. It was multiple reasons why.
I don't know.
It's harder for men though, because
you think so?
I think people like the truth. They don't like the uncomfortable feeling that comes with the truth sometimes, because sometimes telling people the truth can make somebody feel a type of way that could be offended. It could hurt their feelings, whatever it is. But when you really, unless you're just delusional as fuck, when you really sit down after you get out your feelings and you stop feeling salty, you really think like, damn, you know what? Like, you do think to yourself, you have these conversations with yourself like, damn, you know what? Even though that shit got me feeling mad or whatever, like, I'm low-key glad that they told me the truth. Like, people usually appreciate when people tell them the truth after they get out of their feelings of how the truth made them feel. That's how.
Yeah, but in terms of, like, women, personally, men do handle, I want you to be 100 with me. Because that's how I know what not to do the next time, right?
I barely see men.
Men, we handle it.
It's really men
who can't, because they be.
So you see why? You see,
it do depends on what type of man you have. And when I say, that's why you asking, like, if a woman can handle the truth, can nobody handle the truth? It depends on the conversation.
Do we like it?
It depends on what's being talked about. It depends on how it just depends. People do not like the truth for real.
Stick to your gender.
Women.
Yeah.
I'm gonna say
no. The question is for women. Okay. Personally, you
talking about
they,
and I said that women don't like the truth, but now I say general. People don't like the truth.
Okay, I'm asking you personally. Can you handle the truth?
Yes.
You ain't got the answer.
Do you want the truth?
Yes.
So when a man pulls up to you and tells you that, like, I like you, look cute and all of that, but I just want to, that's fine. That's fine.
That's fine.
I'm not gonna lie, because I done had situations where a nigga trying to pillow talk me, do the whole nine, when really all I wanted to do was get in my panties, and I'm like, nigga, if that's all you wanted, you could have said that, so I could have been shut this down.
What they say.
Okay, just tell me what it is. You won't save me the time to have to think it's something else.
You not a real one if you can't. If you got a lie to get the cooch, you got a lie to get the girl. You ain't no real one. So tell the truth to me, baby.
Okay, so let's just say I've been honest. Mostly, right, from the get go, men are not honest, because when they, definitely doesn't love you from the get-go. He has to get to know you, right? But let's just say you're there. There are instances that we know certain things that when you tell a woman, you might get up in your feelings easily. So we tend not to say anything. We just allow it to play out because we know how y'all are. Mm-hmm. So that's why we say women can't handle the truth.
Sometimes y'all are insensitive. That's it.
No.
That's
tact. You have to have tact how you say things. Don't you just be an asshole. Like, I ain't
break the truth.
Look good to me, but I'm just trying to fuck. That's rude as hell. But you just be like, I'm not gonna you're very attractive, but I'm not trying to pursue anything serious.
My energy is
just want
fun right now.
Have sex, like, it's just tactfulness. How you say things.
Yeah.
Okay.
Love you.
So are you trying to say the tonation, right? The tone, or maybe how the message comes across to you.
Y'all have no decorum when y'all be talking.
I've been in situations where a man told me, I asked the question and he told me the truth, and he told it however he wanted to tell it, and I was like, okay, cool.
True.
You get all of us.
So you understand
tell
that.
the truth. Yes.
Some don't.
I mean, some people. This man, like, he was a very honest man, but within his honesty, he was rude. But at least I love the fact that he was honest. I just crossed out the rudeness
and got the message.
The honest. Yes, I took the message.
Yeah.
It's okay. Like you,
but you see, okay. most of your sisters are not like that. That's why sometimes, and I would say my brothers, they lie a lot. And even in a relationship,
I can understand
they lie because, imagine if I tell you something about your looks and I'm being honest.
Too much makeup.
But the thing is, that's not honesty.
So what you see?
That's an opinion. You're being honest about how you feel, but that's not like... It's a difference between like me being honest about how I feel and me just telling you that this is the truth. It's not the truth. It's your opinion.
Yeah.
It doesn't make it true. So you can, like, I don't know, when it comes to certain opinions, keep it to yourself. When it comes to the facts, say it for what it is.
Do you know that we argue on this? Because I could look at the mirror. I know what I see, but you see something different.
Right.
You see something different. So if only the person will be honest to you, they say what people see on the other side of the fence, like, that's the actual truth compared to what you see. So I could be building castles in my head, thinking like maybe I'm all this, but meanwhile, let's just say I think I'm
the shit.
Yeah, but let me use a number though. Maybe let's just I feel like I'm a 10, but maybe you're looking at me, you think like, oh, dude is like
2.
maybe perfect. And meanwhile too. You're not hating. That is the honest truth.
That is the honest.
But I wouldn't
opinion,
take it.
Honest opinion. Thank you.
No.
Not everybody think that you a 2 or you a 10.
Yeah.
So if out of 10 people, 7 people gave you 2,
and it's not only
still an opinion.
Not the truth. Come on.
No, is it
also it is an insecurity as well? Because if you have to lie and you can't be honest, then why are you like you?
Because of your feelings.
No, it doesn't matter. It depends. You know what? Let me just retract this statement. Depending on what you're lying about, it stems from how secure you are with yourself. I do agree with her. You asking her how she look, and you give her. I mean, she's asking you how she look, and you give her 2. That is just an opinion. But I understand where you're coming from. Like, women cannot handle the truth. We can. It just depends on your tactfulness, like she said. And why are you even lying to begin with? I'm going to think that you're
because over the years, I would say centuries, people have gotten to know. I think men know women more.
Generational curse.
Okay. You don't care? So you're trying to say men shouldn't be sensitive towards women's feelings?
So let's just say if I was a man, right, and you was a woman, we switch roles.
Yeah.
You gotta question yourself, like, why am I sugarcoating this with this woman, and how can I say it in a better way by not being so rude to this woman? Who cares if a woman does not like the truth? I said in my statement way before, people in general don't like the truth because who cares? Why are you caring so much of how somebody's gonna feel with your honesty? It's not what you say, it's how you say it. So if you're not capable of being honest with this woman about whatever question she didn't ask you, then don't say it at all. And why are you like it just goes deeper to that.
At the end of the day, I don't think we could go round and round in circles on this topic, but I think at the end of the day, personally, I care about women's feelings, right? So to a certain extent, men we hold a lot, just like how you said men can handle certain things that women can't, like with the truth is the same way. So if you want us to act like women or whatever, no, let's just say be not sensitive when it comes to women's feelings, it's going to affect most women, and y'all be like, oh, today's the men of this era are kind of yeah.
We didn't say don't be sensitive. We just be honest, but just be mindful of how you say things.
So do you care about the messenger or you care about the message?
I care about the delivery. the message is the message at the end of the day. Your truth is your truth, but it's just how you deliver your truth to me. You don't have to be rude.
And do you also agree that people are coming, from all this, likes of, whatever world, parts of the world, and you can't expect people to deliver the way you want them to deliver?
Absolutely, but don't deliver in a way to me that you would not feel comfortable with me delivering in a way to you. So if the way you speak to me is how you feel comfortable with me speaking to you, then absolutely. But if you speak to me a certain way and I reciprocate that same delivery and then now it's an issue, then there was a problem in the delivery. But as long as you are okay with me delivering things to you the way that you are delivering things to me, then hey. Okay,
to wrap, at the end of the day, even with Kevin Samuels, and I think y'all know about him. No, hold on. Because
what's going on with
he died, right? But see, your looks. But I'm just saying, right? At the end of the day, till today, he's dead. He's gone. But the things that he has been saying is happening, and some of your sisters keep repeating the same things, and a lot of people, especially your sisters, right? They got offended based on how he was so direct. There are people that they're not rude; they're just direct.
He was disrespectful.
Okay, so you see,
girl fat and
so
okay,
But at the end of the day,
yes.
Okay, what about the lady called Sprinkle? She's not rude.
I don't know who Sprinkle is. Sorry.
I don't know.
I don't know who Sprinkle is.
I know who she is.
You see who Kevin Samuel is, girl?
She's a light-skinned woman.
Yeah.
I know exactly who
so she too, okay, let me say this. At the end of the day, right? Women are allowed to say certain things that if men say, the internet will blow. You agree?
To a certain extent.
The way
not really,
all this,
not really
podcast?
disrespectfully, more so in the sense of like,
we tell the truth with care. That's all.
Okay.
No,
you go into comment sections.
I get what you're asking.
And say, I don't need a man. I don't need, like certain things that women are comfortable, saying it immediately or maybe in the face of men. I think if men, exchange the same energy.
I don't need a woman.
No, I'm just,
No, I get what you're
just
saying.
trying to.
I get what you're saying, though.
You get it, right?
Yeah. So it's a question. I'm waiting on you to ask the question.
No, I'm just saying because he has been saying stuff, but at the end of the day, there are people that are very direct.
Yeah.
And they're almost like our fathers. You know how fathers are, right? They're very strict and very direct, but that does not mean that they don't love you. They're just trying to teach you something, and that's the way they are. You can't force them to be soft to you because he's coming from a different era and the things that he has learned. So I'm just saying, you might tell me something. Just because I'm African and you grew up in America doesn't mean that I have to force my ideology from Africa onto you.
But you have to practice people's love languages when you are
absolutely
yes. You can't if you want.
Did you practice mine? No. Did you practice mine though?
I don't know you.
Okay, how are you forcing him to learn yours though?
Give me a second.
Okay.
You have to, if you want to be with that person or if you want that person in your space, you have to practice their love language while being honest. So if this man is telling this woman his full honest truth about whatever she asked him, he needs to know what type of woman she is and how to deliver it due to her love languages and how she grew up. It's the same thing with
I'm feeling this right now. I agree.
I mean, it's the same thing with a woman. If a woman wants to be, if a woman wants to be honest with you, she needs to be able to practice your love language.
You don't want her yelling and stuff.
Being honest with you. I can agree with you that most women they hate the truth. But I would say everyone don't like the truth because I listened to men and y'all don't like.
Leave us alone.
I'm not trying to, but I'm just saying this is a general sense. No one likes the truth.
I get it.
Does not matter. No one likes.
But most men do.
Okay,
we take it. Most men do. We take it.
No,
Seriously, we take it.
Y'all take it with a love.
That's how we.
It will go into your ego. It will go into the things that you would do. To a woman. So you would take it to the chin. Like, okay, cool. But your actions will what am I?
They'll shift.
Yes,
it'll alter or
y'all. I ain't hurting, but you trying to get back.
The reality of how you took it, really.
Y'all dudes do that.
Okay. At the end of the day,
I'm not trying to hold you up, but
to wrap up the show before. At the end of the day, I still stand, and I'm gonna say, don't get me wrong. There are few women that will take the truth and they'll understand where you're coming from. And that's what I was saying, right? I can't force my ideology. I might be able to relate. When you go to Rome, do what the Romans do, right? So I might be able to relate to you, to like learn certain whatever love language. But at the end of the day, people have different. I can't force to deliver certain, like how you want me to deliver. I might be very. Do you know that a lot of times there are people that are very aggressive, but are very soft and loving?
Me.
You see?
You hit that on the head when you said me.
But also,
But I also
sorry.
practice. I'm sorry.
No,
Mia.
you can-
I also practice their love languages as well.
She does.
Yeah.
She does.
Uh-huh.
When
Yes.
it comes to, and I'm just because I know you're trying to wrap it up. When it comes to just like in a general sense, a regular conversation you're having with somebody that you have no intentions on really getting to know, come as you are, speak as you are, because you probably gonna bypass this person. It's not that serious. But when it comes to you truly trying to invest in somebody, whether it's a friendship or a relationship, you do to a certain extent have to learn how to say things in ways that don't make people feel uncomfortable.
Yeah.
If you truly value that person and
Yes.
really want to, take things further in a relationship, friendship, family, whatever. That's just.
Final words?
You said what?
Thank
Do you
you
have
for
any final
having me.
words?
That's
Wanna-
all.
Yeah, this was fun.
I actually enjoyed this conversation.
Stop sleeping on this podcast. I like how a lot of y'all got intrigued with it, but this is the real. But I thank you for having me.
You're
For real.
welcome.
It
You're
teaches me a lot from a male perspective, which is what I need sometimes, majority of the time, for real.
We've actually, it's so crazy how you thought, like how you came up with the questions, but I've already had conversations with this with my friend. That's
Your
so
friend,
crazy.
But I'm still, standing on my feet, saying, I want to,
Stand
I
on
want
your
to,
feet.
yeah, I want to, I'm still want to, I still want to wife all of y'all. You ready?
When you got the $1 million,
get the million on my mama.
Then let us know.
Oh, okay.
Hello.
Let us know.
Thanks for coming. I appreciate it. Guys, if you're new to the channel, subscribe. The likes are free. The likes are free. Just, like and, keep pushing the channel. See you next week.